So hello everyone, my name's Kelly, if I haven't spoken to you already. We're going to start lying down today because we're going to do a 30-minute stretch and a lot of stuff on the back. So we're going to be stretching out the back, we're going to be twisting the back, we're going to be strengthening the back. We will be doing other parts of the body as well, but I thought, it's a good time when if you're working from home or you're hunching over your computer or you're standing over the cooker, if we're cooking a lot from home as well. We're going to do a lot of stuff here just to open up the back, stretch the shoulders, and all the rest of it. So starting from your lying down position, I want you just to hug the knees into the chest here. So just give yourself a hug. And maybe you rotate the ankles here, one way and the other. Stretching them out. See if you can get any clicks going in there. And then bring the head up off the mat and give yourself a little hug. And then drop the head back down. Now I want you just to drop the feet onto the mat so that the legs are at a right angle, and bring the hands onto the belly. And then we'll just close the eyes. And just start with some nice, slow, deep inhales in through the nose and back out through the mouth. And a couple more of these big, deep inhales and big, deep exhales. And as you breathe, I just want you to allow the body to completely relax into the mat. So just let all of the muscles surrender. You're not holding on to anything in any position. Just allow the body to become heavy. And then just notice how you feel. How do you feel both mentally and physically? Have you got a lot of things rushing through your mind? Has it been a busy day? And do you need to just focus a little bit and just get rid of all that clutter, that mental clutter and chatter that we have going on throughout the day? And to do that, just start to focus on your breath. Just noticing the breath as it comes in and out of the body. And then just turning your attention to your physical body and just notice how that feels. Are there any areas of tension, anywhere that feels uncomfortable? Can you just send your breath to that area? And then take a big, deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. And again, a big, deep inhale. And sigh it out. Good, and hug the knees back into the chest. Giving yourself a hug again. Then extending the left leg out. Keep the right knee hugged into the chest. And you're going to open the right leg to the right side. So you're opening through the hip here. Then extend the left leg and flex the toes of the left foot so that they go up to the sky, and drop the right leg to the side. So you should be feeling a stretch through the groin, maybe a bit of the hamstring here into the hip. And then we'll take that leg back into center and then swap the hands. So the left hand comes to the right knee and then drop it down to the left side. So you take a cross-body twist here. And then begin to turn your gaze over to the right side. So try to let the leg drop down to the floor. If you feel that the right leg's up to the sky, just twist the body so that the leg can come down more. And then we'll bring it up into center. Take that right leg down. Bring the left leg in. Give it a nice hug. Big squeeze in. So you're putting it into your chest. Then flex the toes of the right foot so they go up to the sky, and then you energize and stretch through that leg. Then open the left leg to the side. So again, you're opening into the hip here. And again, we're going to take that across the body, swap the hands, so the right hand guides the left leg down to the right side, and then you look over to the left. So try and let that leg relax down to the mat, so you feel that nice twist in the back. And then back up into center. Give yourself another little hug. Rotate the ankles, and then let's just take the legs into a clockwise motion. So just massaging the lower back here. And we'll go the opposite way. So it's going to be quite gentle class today. We're going to do a lot of strength stretching and stuff, but we're going to stay mostly on the mat to give ourselves the best chance of getting the strength into the back. So I want you to rock up and down the spine now. So do 3 or 4 big rocks up and down. And then when you do the 3rd or 4th one, you come up to seated. Sorry, do seated, cross your ankles and just take the legs back. So I'll come back so I don't hit the window. So we're in our cat-cow here. And I'd like you just to start rotating up and down the back, the spine here. So rounding the back, arching the back into your cat and cow. And just move as much as it feels comfortable. Start to wake up the spine. So if you want to make it more dynamic and you wiggle side to side, start to do that as well. So arching the back, rounding the back, really pushing into the wrists so that you round the upper body. You can close the eyes if you want. Just feel into it. How does it feel? What feels nice? Just do that. Maybe you wiggle the hips side to side. Maybe you push back, maybe you come forward. Just do whatever feels nice. And we'll start to look around to the heels, maybe up and down. Good, and we'll bring it back into center here. I want you just to squeeze the belly in towards the spine and just shift the weight forward over the wrists. So you're pushing into the hands to lift the upper body up, squeeze the belly in. Hold it there and come back. Good. We'll turn the little fingers around to face each other, and then we stretch out through the forearms. So again, if you've been doing a lot of typing, this is going to be good for that. And then one at a time, back of the hand comes down, and give your hands, so make your hands into a little ball. If you feel like you're really bent forward like this and the elbows are open, try and squeeze up through the core and the upper body to strengthen there. Good. And we'll bring it back to flat hands and to a tabletop. Now we're going to go into our Supermans here. So I want you to extend the right leg and the left leg. Then push into the right hand so you lift up through the shoulder. If you feel that you're sinking down and your body weight's going into the right shoulder, I want you to push into the right hand and lift up. Point the right toes, squeeze the bum, squeeze the arms and the legs, and drop it back down. Good, and we'll go the other side. So left leg out, right arm up. Again, if you feel you're dropping down to that left shoulder, push up and out. You don't want to put the weight into the shoulder because you'll hurt the rotator cuff. So keep lifting up. The more you extend, the more you squeeze, the more you're going to work into the body here. And drop it down. Good. This time we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to extend the arms and bring the legs in. So we're going to take the arms out, then the knee towards the elbows, round the back. So inhale the arms back out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Keep going with that. Taking the arms out, and as you bring it in, round the upper back. Push into that right hand. A couple more of these. Should be feeling it in the hand and the arms. I want you to squeeze the abs as well. Last one. Drop it down. Good. It's a bit of a Pilates move, that one as well, but it's also good in yoga. So I want you to extend the left leg and the right arm. So we're holding it there. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale it up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale it up. Keep going here, knee to elbow. Push into that left hand, lift up through the upper body. Squeeze the core in as you do so, nice and controlled. And one more. Back up, good, drop it down. We're gonna shift the weight onto the right hand and the right knee now. So we're gonna go one-sided, so you might find this a little bit wobbly. You really need to engage through the core here to make sure that you make sure that you don't wobble too much. Now, if you want, you can tuck the toes of the right foot. Now go very slowly here, shift the weight to the right leg, then start to take the left hand and the right leg back. Now you've got to use the core, squeeze the core to lift you up. And maybe as you get a bit more confident, you can lift the leg higher. It's a tough one, this one. So you're testing your balance. And if you're on carpet, you might find this hard. Or if you're on a Pilates mat, it might be quite thick and wobbly as well. And we'll slowly bring it down. Good. So shifting the weight onto the left leg. Slowly take the right leg behind you. The left hand and left leg. Right leg behind you and lift it up. So again, don't push the body weight into the shoulder. Push into the hand and lift it up and out. And we'll bring it down. Good. From here, tuck the toes, push back to a downward dog. So nice little bends in the knees, stretching it out here. If you want to bend the knees, great, walk the dog. If you want to stay static, that's also fine. But I want you to really get that stretch through the hamstrings there. So spread the fingers nice and wide. And then let's ripple over to a high plank. And then push back to a downward dog. And again, ripple over to your high plank. Push back to your downward dog. Drop the knees here, bend the elbows backwards, come all the way to the ground. Tuck the toes, push up to your cobra. Look towards the top of the mat. Tuck the toes, the knees, and downward dog. Good. Taking a big inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, a big inhale. And exhale. Drop to the knees. Coming into our puppy position here. So if you're really tight in the shoulders, put a block under your head. If not, you're reaching the hands away. Drop the forehead down to the mat. And reach the hands. So try and keep the elbows off here so it's a nice active stretch. And if you want, you can also try and put your chin down to the ground. So if you put your chin down, you get more of a deep, intense stretch. Good. And then roll up. Engage the core as you roll down flat. Hands come out to the side into a T shape. Now you might want to watch me this one because it gets a little bit confusing when you're lying down back to front and you're trying to understand these instructions. So you're going to bend the right knee up, then take the right knee behind the left leg and take it into a spinal twist here. And you look up towards the right shoulder. So I'll show you again. So if you've got tight shoulders or a back, this might just be careful. You don't want anything to twinge. Right leg bends up. Step it behind the left leg and look up to the right shoulder. Now if you're feeling that and that's enough and that's intense, stay there. If you want to go further, you can bend the left knee up as well. And you're looking towards the sky. And we'll come down, going the opposite way. So bend the left leg up, take it behind you. And then again, if you want to go further, you can maybe bend the right knee up. So just do whatever feels nice. Don't force anything if it feels uncomfortable or tight. And then we'll slowly come back down. Good. Push back on your hands and knees into a downward dog. Big stretch here. Nice big downward dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale it down. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale it down. Good. Inhale over to a high plank. Exhale, see if you can lower your body all the way down to the ground. Good. Hands into our Sphinx pose. So bring the hands out at a right angle. I want you to slide the hands back down the mat so that you lift the chest up and start to squeeze the shoulder blades back. Good. So you're pulling the hands back, and as you do so, you're lifting the chest up, you're squeezing the shoulder blades back, but you're relaxing the legs and the bum here. And then slowly lower down. Bring the hands to the corners of the mat. Again, push up into a little back bend here in our sort of seal pose here, so the arms are more straight. Again, just let the bum relax. And we'll lower down. Nice. Now we're going to come up into a full upward facing dog here, so squeeze the elbows towards the armpits. This time you're going to have the tops of the feet pushing into the ground. Lift up, and I want the thighs engaged off the mat, shoulders rolled back, and take this into a back bend. So just look up to the sky, squeeze the thighs, push the feet and the tops of the feet into the mat, extend the arms nice and stretched and strong, drop the knees and lower back down. And then just give your bum a little wiggle side to side. Good. And then we'll push back up onto our knees. Now cross your ankles here and come onto your bum. And then hold on to your bum, hold on to your, come onto your sitting bones, sorry. Ignore what I was saying there. Come onto your sitting bones. Start to lower down, nice and strong through the core. And I want you to lie down, shoulders are still off the ground, you extend the legs, point the toes, hold it here. For 3, for 2, and 1, drop down. Good. Now extend both legs up to the sky. Bring the hands up so as if you're like a dead bug. And I want you to squeeze through the core and reach up towards the toes. Good. Now, keep holding it up here. Don't hold the breath. I want you to breathe nice and slowly. Try and breathe through the nose. Holding it up here for another 3, 2, and 1. Drop the body down. Good. Just give yourself a little hug. Take the knees side to side. Give them a little twist. Good. Take the legs back up. Hands come down flat. Flex the toes. So not point them, flex them. Slowly start to take the left leg down to the ground. Now I want you to try and keep that lower back into the mat. So squeeze the core. Lift the left leg up. Right leg comes down. Squeeze the core. Back up. Left leg down. And back up. Keep that lower belly squeezing in, pushing the lower back down and up. Good. Give yourself a little hug. Hold the feet come together. Hold the feet, open the knees to the side, and you're in a reclined butterfly here. So pushing the knees open to the side. Try and bring those elbows down, squeeze through the shoulders. Good. Now extend the arms out, extend the legs out for a full body stretch. Maybe you take a yawn and then relax. And again, a nice big stretch. Squeeze everything out nice and tight. And then relax. Good. Hug yourself in. You're going to rock up and down through the spine again. So 3 or 4 rocks up and down. And then on the final one, you're going to cross the ankles and again come onto your hands and knees. And we'll just push back here so I'm not head-butting the window again. Now I'm just going to do a little stretch on the toes here. So sometimes something that we don't ever stretch, toes and the ankles. Plant the toes and then just start to lean back. Here, and you might find this is tight. You might be feeling this through the knuckles of the toes, also the arch of the foot. So if you wear heels, this is a good stretch. But if you've got any tight ankles as well, then maybe start to push your body up. We're not going to stay here too long because it can be a bit uncomfortable. But we're just stretching out through the bottom of the foot here. Lift the chest up.
Good, and then we'll just release down. Just give your ankles and toes a little wiggle. Now we're going to go into what's called our hero pose here. So sitting back onto your heels here, this might feel a little bit uncomfortable for some people. So we're not going to be here too long, but if you have a cushion, a block, anything around you that you can put under your bum to sit on here, just sit on that. Now if not, if you find that this is okay, start to walk your hands back, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other and lift the head up. Now if you don't feel comfortable taking the neck back, just keep it up. Good. And then we'll start to push ourselves back forward again. Now if you need to, just stretch your legs out if you're feeling like, oh, this is really tight, this is really uncomfortable. If you've got a block underneath you, or if you need to, sorry, put another block underneath you. And we're going to try one step further, so be careful if you have any knee pain, so any twists in the knees, anything that feels twingy, go really cautious with this. So you're going to start to come down. So some of you might be able to sit in between your legs. Some of you might think, absolutely no way, that's not going to happen. Just again, put a block underneath you. And I want you to bring the hands back behind you. Maybe you drop the head back. And your choice, if you want to go further, go further. If you want to lie down, your choice. Now don't worry if you think, absolutely no way that I'm not going to be able to do that. I want you just to still practice sitting up in the hero pose, either like this or with blocks under your bum. And take a nice final big breath here. And then you're going to exhale, start to come back up. Good. Now, if you need to, just stretch your legs out. And then we will start to come onto our tiptoes again. Push your body up into onto your knees. And we're going to work a little bit into the back again. So bring the hands, like palms facing up as if you're giving a high five. Hands into the small of the back here. Now I want you to start to squeeze the elbows backwards. Now if this isn't tough on the knees, you can fold the mat over as well. Start to squeeze the elbows back and then almost as if you're pushing the skin at the top of your bum down. Start to arch backwards ever so slowly. Start to taking your gaze up to the sky, but keep your chest and your thighs forward. You're not crunching into your lower back. We're extending and lengthening through the spine and looking up towards the sky. Now only take your head back if that feels comfortable. And we'll bring it back into center. Good. Just drop down. I want you to take a child's pose here, but keep the knees together, round the back, drop the head. And come back up onto your knees here. And we're going to take a little inversion from our knees. So I'll show you first. You're going to bring the head down. Now again, if you find this is a bit too tight, a little bit too far for you to reach, you can just put a block underneath your head, that's fine. You're going to bring the top of the head down and start to lift the bum up. Take the hands behind the back and then let the hands release over the head. Now try not to put all of your body weight into the head. Try and use your core and your upper body, the arms, to lift it off so you're not just dumping your weight down into the head. Nice slow breaths. And then we'll gently lower down. And bring the body back up nice and slowly. Good. Then we're going to cross the ankles here, come onto your bum. Take the legs out in front of you. Again, back up onto the sitting bones here. Lowering down nice and slowly. Onto the back. Good. Bending the left knee up. Right leg comes over the left knee. Lift the legs up into our little figure of four. Hands through the legs. Push open the right knee to the side. So you should be feeling this in the hip of the right side. Flex the toes as well. Rather than point, try and flex your toes in this one. Good, and we'll slowly drop it down. Swap sides. Left leg over the right leg. Keep bringing that leg back as much as feels comfortable. Keep the toes flexed. Opening that left knee to the side. And drop it down, good. I'm going to take another little spinal twist here. So bring the hands into cactus, so the arms are at 90 degrees. Bend the right knee, bend the legs both into the chest. Drop them down to the left side. And again, try and let the body or the knees relax down. You can start to look over to the right side. And if you want, maybe extend the right leg straight as well. And if you want to take that further, grab the right toes with your left hand and look to the right. And bring it into center, down to the right side, looking to the left, maybe extend the left leg straight and you grab the toes of the left leg with the right hand. And give yourself a nice little hug. Bring the knees in, bury the head into the knees. And then we'll extend the arms and the legs out. If you want to take any last little stretches here, then please do. If not, you're going to come into Shavasana. So get yourself nice and comfy now. This is the best part of the yoga class. So legs are rolled to the side, hands come down to the side with the palms facing up. And then lift the head up and extend the neck, drop it back down. And then just begin to close down the eyes. And start to take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, open the mouth and sigh it out. And let's take 2 more big deep inhales in through the nose and sighing it out. Final time, big inhale. And just let it go. And with each breath here, just allowing the body to become heavier and heavier. Again, just surrendering the muscles, letting it all drop down into the mat. And then just take this opportunity again to just check in with your physical body and your mental body. How do you feel? And then just begin to invite some movement back again with the wiggling of fingers and toes. Maybe move the head side to side. Maybe the movement's a little bit bigger now. Stretch out over the head. Or hugging the knees into the chest. And then when you're ready, just dropping the body to the right side. And gently pushing yourself back up to seated. Just keep the eyes closed or the gaze down. And bring your hands together in front of the heart. And before we open the eyes and come back into the rest of the day, I just invite you to set yourself an intention for the rest of the day, the rest of the week, a positive intention, something that you can work towards. And then final big deep inhale here, in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out.
And then when you're ready, just start to flicker your eyes open like a newborn baby. Opening back into the world. And namaste. Thank you, everybody.